This decision is a bad decision by Leah Finocchiaro, the Chief Minister of the Northern Territory.
Ahead of a wet season downpour on Friday, the Governor-General arrives. For the swearing-in of David Connolly as the King's representative in the Northern Territory.
As Administrator, my job is simple in principle and serious in practice: to uphold the Constitution, to act impartially and to serve the people of the Northern Territory. All of them.
But outside Parliament House, a protest raged against the appointment, culminating in the arrest of Larrakia elder Eric Fijo for crossing the police cordon.
It was very, very appalling to see a senior elder of this land that was just picked up and turned around and actually carried away. That is really upsetting.
Mr Connolly, a former president of the NT Cattlemen's Association, was named as the next administrator last year, applauded for his business acumen and wealth of experience on the land. But in early January, a trove of his past social media posts resurfaced. The tweets showcased divisive opinions on Indigenous culture and ceremonies, women in sport, and domestic violence.
It doesn't matter whether you're a black woman, whether you're a white, just women in general. The misogynistic way in which he has dealt with and portrayed women in the Northern Territory has been deeply offensive.
Being administrator comes with a $377,000 salary and one of Darwin's best pieces of real estate, leaving critics to ask why, given his posts, Mr Connolly was the best pick for the job.
When he made the comment, if I wasn't so rooted, I'd go home and beat my wife. Now, for a lot of women, you know, in the Northern Territory, we have high levels of domestic and family violence. Comments like that is completely offensive.
The NT's Labor opposition and crossbench last month staged a walkout over his appointment.
We have just asked many questions about this appointment and you continue to shut us down.
Some senior Indigenous leaders say they won't work with Mr Connolly in his new role.
It's appalling the way they treat our people, First Nation people also. It sickened me.
He is not supporting us. He is not welcome on Yolngu country.
Federal Labor MP Marion Scrimgeour wants an explanation of why the Commonwealth accepted his appointment to begin with.
You know, I've written to the Governor-General. I haven't accepted this appointment and I will continue to not accept it because I don't think he was the right pick.
The day before his swearing-in, Mr Connolly issued an apology. I am genuinely sorry for the hurt they may have caused members of the community. These posts are no reflection of my personal core values. In his first days in the role, Mr Connolly has worked to present a very different image than that put forward by his critics.
Darandira, Meningwa, Bachua, which means good morning everyone, or it could mean anything the way I just said it. It was an honour and incredibly special to begin my first day with the original custodians of these lands standing on Mindle Beach.
He's now trying to convince those who have been offended by his past commentary that he's willing to listen and to learn.
This position has allowed me to meet people that have lived a life, a different life to me, one where I grew up in a loving family with mum and dad and no violence. Now, what my tweets do and what I've learned about this is that my tweets trigger those memories for those people, and for that I'm very sorry.
Just to the Minister, yesterday David Connolly said that his comments should be taken as clumsy, blokey. He was a naive cattleman at the time that he made those tweets. Is that an appropriate answer to something?
Look, Mr Connolly, he's issued an apology and I expect him to front up and deal with this matter front on, because that's the sort of bloke he is. He's a fighter. He's proven that he's fought for the Territory in his history, and the CLP government support him. I'm looking forward to working with him over the next 3 years as the administrator.
Why did you pick him to begin with? with? What was the reasoning there, and were you aware of these tweets?
It was a whole of cabinet decision, and I'm not going to get into cabinet decisions, but I am going to say is the CLP support David Connolly. He's sworn in as the administrator, and I'm really looking forward to working with him over the next 3 years.
Mr Connolly declined 730's requests for an interview. It's yet to be seen if his detractors will believe his pledges for change.
It takes time that before we actually see him reacting to us and learn more about what Aboriginal culture is all about. Let's create a pathway so that we walk together alongside, agreeing with one another. Instead, we are just being walked all over.
Will you work with him?
No.
If he's attending a ceremony, will you take part in it?
No, I'll walk out. I'm sorry, a speech welcoming to country and acknowledging First Nation people doesn't walk back on some of the offensive comments that he's made about Aboriginal people in the Northern Territory.